it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Yes, I'm live. Whoa! Yes, we are live, and I am accepting Tommy. And Tommy, please accept. Please jump on. All right. I'm back at it. Here we go. Let me focus this on my beautiful face. Let's see if Tommy pops up. I don't know. This is crazy. Sorry, guys. This is the trials and tribulations of doing such. Yo, CB, what's up? Birdman's on. Birdman, I think you would really like our conversation today. I think Tommy's coming on right now. I could feel it. Oh, come on. What is going on here? I accept it. I don't know why that is. It's getting crazy out here. It's getting crazy out here. I'm accepting. Just accept. All right, while he's coming on, there he is. Mother of God. Yo, I got kicked off of both. I didn't do a damn thing. I think they knew what we were gonna talk about today. They were like, "Shut these motherfuckers down.
Shut them down, bitch.
Shut them down. Don't let them in." All right. So let me start again. Welcome to another exciting episode of No Running in the Halls. Talking Shit edition. With my co-host Dukes.
Yo.
Last time we left off, we had some really good, riveting conversation about relationships, and all of the craziness that's involved. But you know what, Tommy, I was thinking about how we can continue that compelling take from two people in their 40s that have been through it. I feel like that is I almost felt like a little like Donahue or a little like Maury Povich that day.
There ain't no baby daddies.
Right?
Ain't doing no Maury.
Is that the father? Yes or no?
I swear to God, Maury, I've only been with one man.
Yeah, right? Oh my God.
He's not another immaculate conception on the Maury Povich
show. Another one in denial, right? That's crazy. So,
dude, let me say something real quick. I was watching that the other day, and this woman was on the show 5 times with like 8 different dudes, and still didn't know who the daddy was.
Yo, if you think that's crazy, there was a reel on, I believe, Instagram or TikTok, one of the two, and it was showing how this woman was claiming this guy was the dad, right? She put him through all this stuff, got him on the show, she really just put him in through the grinder. And you know what the crazy part was? It wasn't even about the show. What it was about was that when the guy was vindicated of all this shit, that she did cheat on him and have a baby out of whether it was wedlock or relationship lock, I don't know whatever word you put. They all consoled this poor girl who started breaking down that this wasn't the dad. You know, she was hoping, and she was like, "This has got to be the dad." And this guy, you know, he just took it like a man. He stood there and he was shaking his head, clearly upset, but they all went to console this girl who clearly was the cheater, clearly was the one that was wrong, clearly was the one who was probably like, you should be like, "Yo, bitch, next time make sure about these things before you bring someone on fucking TV and accuse them of something that they potentially did." I thought that was a fantastic reel. And it was a guy who was hosting that reel. He goes, "Look at this man. Sad, upset, tired." And everyone's consoling this poor lady who obviously had a couple of dipsticks in her oil tank. You know what I mean?
Hey, yo.
Yeah,
a couple.
But listen, I wanted to start out by this though. You know, I when we first started, I chose a nice little intro song. The Doors, "People Are Strange." I don't really listen to the Doors that much, but they have very familiar music. And you know, I gotta tell you, I gotta open up the show. I know we're already about 7 minutes into the show at this point. It's 9 minutes, but yo, people are fucking strange. People are so fucking strange. You know, how do you not have a platform? How do you not have a platform? How does anyone not have a platform? platform to talk about the craziness that's going on in our world. How does anyone not want to chat about this? And short of like conspiracies and what you and I know, Tommy, lately, I got to tell the world and whoever's listening, you are one fucking smart dude. And you have a lot up there. You're not just a good looking face on a screen. You got a lot of knowledge of stuff. And I started doing a lot of my own research, and as I'm doing my own. What's up, Scotty, man? Good to see you. Congratulations on everything for what you're doing. I see you, kid. I see you. I gotta tell you, the shit that's going on right now is mind-boggling. Like, let's start off with this: $200,000 per ticket to go see the Titanic wreckage in a submarine, and you're lost underwater? What? Did you hear about this?
No, I didn't hear about that.
What in the fucking world? All right, let me break it down. There is a submarine. It is let's just call it an underwater cruise, right? You are paying $200K per ticket to go down and look at the Titanic wreckage, right? I don't know how many are on there. I think it's 5. There are 5 people in this submarine. I should have put that fucking song on, Yellow Submarine.
I was just thinking that.
Yeah, that would have been a shot to the nuts, though. But yo, listen, it's $200K. I don't know anybody that has $200K that can just throw it around. So these people in this submarine were wealthy. They had to be wealthy. Yeah. No one's saving $200K for a fucking trip underwater. Yo, that's for sure. Yo, Dukes, they're lost. They haven't been seen for days.
Oh shit! Well, like some kind of Bermuda Triangle shit.
Tommy, do you know the only time I ever get in the air is when I have to go somewhere in a plane, right? I don't care where. Yeah. Wherever, you have to do it. It is a part of this world. We travel and we need planes, right? It's the only time I get in the air. If you ask me the following questions, just take a wild guess of what my answer would be. Ready? Here are the following questions. Yo, Chavez, you want to go bungee jumping? Yo, Chavez, you want to go to a hot air balloon ride? Hey, Chavez, do you want to go on a helicopter ride around the city? Do you want to go rock climbing? Do you want to go mountain hiking? Do you know what my answers are going to be?
No.
It's the only word I know. It is going to be...
I wouldn't mind doing a helicopter ride around the city. That would be pretty cool.
No. Hey, you can have my ticket. I'm not going.
I'll take that one.
I'm not going. And I'll tell you what, even when I get on a plane, I am still shaking in my little space boots. It is terrifying to me to be that high up and to not know what your demise would be if anything went wrong. It would be certain death, that's for sure.
Probably.
I was
taking a fucking parachute.
Nobody has parachutes. No one has parachutes on that plane. There's not a parachute for everyone.
If you were on a helicopter, they wouldn't have parachutes, would they?
I mean, I don't know. I don't think so. Check this out. My last visit to Colombia, I went to I took separate flights, and I'm always pretty, I don't show it. I wear a poker face all the time, but I'm typically like just, trying to get through a plane ride. And typically I'll watch a lot of movies and stuff to take my mind off of it. But I was sitting next to this really awesome dude. Guy had to be in his 60s, maybe getting into 70s. Guy's white hair, really cool dude. The guy talked me through what happens on planes. He goes, he's like, you don't realize this, but the amount of accidents that happen on planes is very minimal. When we hear about them, we think they're devastating. We're like, oh my God, there's a plane crash. But it's like one in a million, believe it or not. It's like pretty rare. And he was like, even if a wing got chopped off, he goes, there's still enough glide for a plane to land safely, even if an engine just went. He's like, there's still enough glide. He's like, think about like a kite or one of those foam planes that you throw, those big foam planes that you throw and they do. He's like, just think about that. He's like, he's like, the aerodynamics on a plane. He's like, do you really think they would let anywhere from 70 people on a plane in a big vessel? He's like, they wouldn't do it. The whatever the association that allows this to happen, the NAACP or I don't know what it's called. I don't know. Anyway, they said there's so much that goes into it from the minute it lands to the minute it goes off. Because you would be crazy to think that none of that is taking place. He's like, there's so many restrictions. He's like, if a plane is not ready to go, it's not going to go. It's like sometimes when you realize your flight's a little late, he's like, it's them checking on shit. And I'm like, oh, that's pretty good. That's comforting to know. But it's still kind of crazy. But yeah, so yeah, we live in a crazy world. We got people that are lost underwater, not at sea, but under the sea. How about this dad, among many, but this one's the recent one. How about a dad just offing his 3 sons for no reason? Did you hear about this one?
No. I don't hear about that either. Where are you getting this from?
Oh my God, it's all over the news. It's all over the internet. A young dad, seemingly looked like a working class guy, maybe from the Midwest, maybe from Florida. I didn't investigate where he was from. Guy just got, I believe it was a 7, 5, and 3-year-old son. Off them, just took them out. Took them out. Wife is going crazy. You ruined my life. You ruined my life. You fucking murderer. This guy is so stone faced about it. And he's in court. He's shackled up. He's got the whole get up on. This guy, I don't know what is going on in this world, but people are being fucking. They're being demonized, man. I'm telling you, normal people just snapping and killing their own families. This is happening on a regular. I mean, we live in
too long ago. It happened too with the one guy who finally got convicted of it.
Which one was this?
I forgot what state it was in. Maybe it was like a month or two ago. The guy who killed his wife and his wife and his kid, and they had it like on the cell phone video, and something about like he shot him out by like the dog kennel.
Oh my God!
He got convicted. I think he what the hell was he? A lawyer? What? Maybe.
Was he a lawyer?
I forget what he was. It was like a couple months ago though. So yeah, it's something that just keeps on happening.
That just puts the icing on the cake. So you're a lawyer making a substantial.
Maybe he's a lawyer. I can't really remember.
You know what? I got to tell you, I think sometimes people are like, this is such a crazy world. How bad could jail be?
Yeah.
How bad could jail?
They just want to go to jail and not have to pay bills anymore.
No bills, 3 hots and a cot, free medical and dental, and free tatting.
Cable, interwebs.
You know what? Segue. Why are prisons so nice? I don't know. Why are we giving prisoners so many luxuries? They can work out. Right? They get some pretty decent food depending on what clique you're hanging out with, right? You got free medical and dental. Your teeth are going to be amazing. Shit, you're probably not going to get veneers in there, but you'll definitely get your something's wrong with your teeth. It's going to be checked out. I heard my brother's a corrections officer. I heard that some jails you even get your own cell. There's TV, there's libraries, there's people are getting doctorates in there. Look, I might be old school, but I don't think anybody in jail should get shit. If you did the crime, I think you should just fucking do the time. Do it. It's shitty. It should be a punishment. This is not Club Med. It should be a fucking punishment. No. What do you think? I mean, I don't know.
If you did something wrong, you shouldn't be watching cable TV. But sometimes, you know, I'll see some like reels or something, and it's people who are in jail with a cell phone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Record. I'm like broadcasting over the internet. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, there's a guy.
Holy shit, man.
There's a famous TikToker who makes prison food. And I believe his calling tag was, is it bussin' or disgusted? Right? And this guy, this guy, and he's out now. He's out. He did his time, and he's out. But he got famous in fucking prison by making prison food. And I'm like, where's this motherfucker get a cell phone? And how come nobody's saying shit about it?
Yeah,
there's a girl.
Crazy,
there's a girl from North Carolina. This sexy bitch has more followers than I see on that anybody has, and she's live streaming in her jail cell. And all she's doing, she's not even no content. She's sitting there in these little booty shorts, these little yoga shorts, and she's gorgeous. Don't get me wrong. And she's got a great Southern drawl. She's like, "How y'all doing? Yeah. I'm in for what is it, larceny and theft." And I'm like, so here's a pretty girl who went to jail for 3 years because of larceny, and now she's living the dream. She's nobody in the room, nobody in the cell with her. Her cell looks really nice. She's got her stuff hanging up. It looks like her bedroom. It's a jail cell, and she's got a phone out, and she's talking to her. Guys are like, "Damn, girl, you look good." She looks great. She's gorgeous, young girl, probably in her early 20s. But she's got a felony. And I'm like, damn, I don't know. Would you date a girl with a felony?
Actually, yeah. I did without knowing.
Yo, you didn't know
at first.
You didn't
know.
Found
out later.
Was that the girl for 15 years?
No. This was back when I was like 24. Oh yeah, 24, 25. Yeah.
All those young and stupid years.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I was like, what the fuck?
How did it come up?
God, how the hell did I find out? I don't remember how I found out. I know she told me, but it was after. It wasn't like, you know, the first date or, you know, maybe like a month or two after. You know what I mean? It wasn't like, oh hey, by the way, I just got out the clink.
Birdman says they have different levels of prison. So if you're in a maximum level, you don't have shit. If you're in a medium level, you have a little bit of freedom. They have a low level security and camps. In the camps, they don't have fences. Okay, all right. So there's levels. I would have assumed that. Thanks, CB. I would have assumed that there are different levels. Now, listen, man, if you're Chris Watts from Colorado who murdered 2.5 kids and your own wife and then fucking threw them in oil tankers, I think you should die. I don't think that there's any. I don't think there should be any fucking conversation. I think it'd be like, okay, you're convicted, you admitted it, you're gonna die, you go to death. If you can easily take 3.5 lives, you die. That's it. And even, especially if you've admitted it. He admitted it in the interrogation. It wasn't like they figured it out and they got evidence and it went to trial. His trial was very short. It was like, you admit it, you're going to jail. And I don't know how this guy is even alive, because I know that in the prison system, just because this is just common knowledge, there are 3 bottom of the food chain convictions that when you're in prison, it's not well looked upon. The first one is pedophilia. You can't go into jail knowing. That's just, you're gonna get raped. You're gonna get raped, and you might as well just kill yourself, because that's gonna be 17 shades of dick colors going inside of you. So
they'll kill you.
They'll kill you. We got We got another comment. It says he killed his kids and tried to blame his wife. He blamed the dead wife. He goes, "Yo, it was her, not me." He's like, she went crazy. Huge piece of shit. He's definitely in protective custody because they would destroy him. But why protect him? Why? CB, good comment. Good. Listen, why? Why are you protecting this man? That guy said he took out the three people that loved him the most. They trusted him. They trusted this man. I would not protect him. Listen, man. Maybe I'm wrong, CB. You're a big political guy. Maybe I think the system has to be changed, and I'm talking about the political system. It's so fucked up and it's so old that the world has changed. Like, I don't get me wrong. Our amendments, they're pretty good. I think that we all should follow the amendments. Freedom of speech is really, honestly, it's great. I love that we can say what we say, but people take advantage of it. But
we can't say what we want to say. That's the problem.
Fair. That's another good. I mean, they say that we can.
Because if I say certain stuff that I want to say, you could maybe get on some kind of list and somebody knock on your door and say, "Hey, how you doing?" You know what I mean? So freedom of speech has been under attack for quite some time now.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Censorship is off the fucking charts.
Yeah.
So you can say what you want to say, but there's a good chance there's going to be a big fucking consequence.
Isn't that crazy how the censorship just alone doesn't that contradict the freedom of speech amendment?
Well, yeah, but there's only certain things that are being censored and certain things are not, depending on what political party you're affiliated with.
Yeah, it's crazy, and the conspiracies are so plentiful right now that how do you even it's really their own fault. It's the country's own fault. Hold on, let's see. We got another comment from CB in this country.
That's right, CB. 100%. You are right. Only one side of the aisle gets censored, though. You're damn right.
Yeah.
You're damn right.
Let's read that out loud. It says, in this country, you're allowed to tell everyone about the crimes you're going to commit, but we don't prosecute until after the deed is, what does that say? Done. Oh, the deed is done. Sorry, my screen is a little far. Only one side of the aisle gets censored, though. Fair comment. Yes, that is correct. Correct. It's whether or not it's correct. It's a very brilliant statement. Thank you, CB. Yeah, man, it's crazy. And they wonder why we have so many conspirators, and they wonder why we have so many people out on the internet with all these platforms saying this. I see so many stories and reels out there that go, the government doesn't want me to tell you this, but I'm going to tell it to you. And you're like, well, don't say it like that. Don't say that. Don't start your, you know what I mean? That's just going to be. I mean, and when those happen, I'm always like, okay, this is just a gag reel. This is just a gag, but they'll say shit.
They're selling something.
Yeah, yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy out there, man. It's fucking crazy. I was watching some other stuff the other day, and I was thinking that there's people out there that are so gung ho to like, what's the right word I'm looking for? To expose things. Like, exposing is such a big word now. Let's expose this. Let's expose that. And it's almost just like disheartening. Like, why do we have to expose things? Just let's just take it for face value. And if we have an issue with it, right? I'm not saying that we have to accept everything that is coming. I mean, that's not the way life is. But like, okay, so if something is the way it is and people see it that way, we have to fix it. You know what I mean? And I don't know how. I don't. but I'd like to assume that the only way to make change, the only way to make these changes so that we can live in a better society or a better country is by taking a stand on it. Don't just talk about it. Don't sit there and be like, hey, I'm a TikToker and I'm going to expose the Illuminati. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you know, you can't, that's not what you're just trying to get famous. That's fine. Do you.
Illuminati, if you're listening and you know, and you're hiring, you know, I'm your guy.
You know, and then there's so many stories about Illuminati, from child pornography to stealing young kids to pedophilia, like Tom Hanks of all people, Mr. fucking Mr. Castaway. Huh?
Didn't he go to Greece? Move to Greece?
He moved to Greece?
I believe he did.
He got
the hell out of Dodge because he's under fire. He was under fire. I can't remember everything about it because it was like a year ago or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I believe he went to Greece. I don't know if he's still there, but I'm pretty sure he did. So, yeah, that was like a year ago.
This man has created such a career for himself, right? And it's so funny, like, if you think about it, and this is where conspiracies happen. They're like, some of the most famous people, the people that have made so much money in the industry, right? Look at Tom Hanks. He started his career on a sitcom, right? Believe it was Bosom Buddies. Remember Bosom Buddies, right? This guy started his career, and you know what? The one thing that they said, this was primarily said about Black actors, African American actors and actresses, but actors, to keep it on the male side. It was said that a deal that is made by black men actors is that they have to portray a female, and that was like how they were like, okay, you're under our control, you do what we say, and you have to be you have to play a female. Martin Lawrence did it. Kevin Martin did it. Fucking a lot. Tyler Perry, his whole career is being a woman. But Tom Hanks had to portray a woman in Bosom Buddies, and that's one of like those like weird like fetishes that apparently the have on, like, all right, listen, you want to be in our, you want the world, you gotta do what we say. And that first role we're gonna get you is you're gonna be a woman. And I heard this was the craziest conspiracy, and I was like, what? But look how far this man has come. I'm talking blockbuster hits upon there's not one movie that he did that wasn't a blockbuster hit. From fucking Forrest Gump. That's one of his biggest movies. Castaway, Toy Story. There's 4 of them. 4 Toy Stories. Yeah. Yo, this guy. What's
the Christmas one? The cartoon one?
No, that's Tim Allen. That's Tim Allen.
No. There's another one that comes on every year. Something like they're on a train.
Oh, that's the Polar Express.
Yes.
That's right. He's the voice of the conductor. Yeah. You know, it's crazy to think this, and I actually know the story because I looked into it, and you know, I listen when people talk most of the time. They said that he did a lot of pedophilia, a lot of stuff when he was younger, like during the Bosom Buddy days, where there was this one incident where he met this guy who had a daughter, and she was like 12 years old. And he asked for her. He's like, I will pay for your daughter. He's like, I want your daughter for, and the guy sold his daughter for like, it was like, I don't know, a couple of days or something. I don't know the specs about it, but apparently that father, who should be fucking killed. He should be destroyed. He was like, you know what? Fuck this. He's like, I'm going to expose Tom Hanks. I don't care. I know I was paid some money. He's like, but I'm going to expose this guy. And he did. And Tom Hanks would not answer any of these questions or these allegations. And listen, if he moved to Greece, I hope that's that's where he dies. I used to love Tom Hanks. I used to think he was an interesting guy. You know, he went from this very funny comedic guy in the 80s, and now he's like this serious actor who does serious roles. And I always thought he was I thought he was a genius, because how do you make a movie and say what? He must have said about 10 words in this movie, maybe less. And he captivated you from the very beginning in Castaway. He said not maybe more than 10 words. And everything in that movie, I only needed to watch it once. That's how great his performance was. But he fucking, whenever you do shit like that, man, like, listen, I don't chastise anyone out there who wants to date younger women. I did it. I've been doing it all my life. My girlfriend is 9 years younger than me, but we're in our 40s and our 30s. When it's appropriately done and you're an adult, that's a different story. But if you're a 40-year-old man, 35-year-old man, and you're combing the fucking playgrounds for kids, and you know what I mean? Like, that's disgusting, man. Like, you honestly, let's just put it pretty clear. You will be found out. There's not much.
There's no doubt about it.
There's not much. There's not anything that you can do to save yourself. There's not a thing you can do, because that's terrible. I can't be more clear about it. Something's going to happen to you, whether it's jail time, whether it's having your days in court, and your whole life is turned upside down. If you think that it's not, you're 100% wrong. It's just so stupid. I mean, if you're in a relationship or just with somebody underage, that's one crime. But now if you're like having a sexual relationship with them, oh, forget it. That's just another thing.
Yeah.
Speaking of relationships, as we segue slowly into the next part of our conversation, but we definitely live in a strange world, man. Just from murders to conspiracies to talks of the Illuminati to disappearing submarines to useless presidents to wanting Trump back in office, to, just so much, just so much is going on. I mean, how does anyone not want to talk about it? How does anyone not want to deliver messages and just chat about it, to get people a little bit more open-eyed about things? But it is absolutely insane. What are your thoughts?
Yeah. We're living in an insane time where everything that's right is wrong, and everything is wrong is right. Up is down, left is right,
down is up.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. It is crazy, and it's all about pushing an agenda, and unfortunately, they are doing very well at it, because they brainwashed the whole fucking generation.
Exceptional job, right?
They're doing very well.
Yeah,
pieces of shit. You're doing a great job.
It's funny, man. It's funny. I think about like my job, right? As an educator, I stand up for what I believe in my school, like I would in any aspect. CB, who's with us in the queue here, he knows that very well. I confide in him a lot of stuff, and I would do that in any aspect. Like if I felt like our government was crumbling, I would take a stand. I would totally take a stand. I would fight for it. If I had to die for it, I would. But it really is a shit show. It's a shit show out there. I mean, we live our lives daily, but really it is a shit show. And we get, you're right about something that was said last week. You said something very, very intelligent. These are all distractions. TikTok, Instagram, your daily lives, your regular jobs, they're all distractions from what's really going on. And it sucks because if we all just put our phones down and if we all just looked around and said, fuck, man, this is crazy. What is this? Like we say we're the leading country, but we're also the fucking most fucked up, No,
we are actually the laughing stock around the fucking world right now.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying that
They are laughing at us. They are laughing their asses off at us.
Yeah, it's true. Well, like it's, times change. With time, we probably were a very powerful country in like the turn of the century, the 1800s going into the 1900s. We were probably pretty powerful. We had a very young country. But, people don't realize times change, thoughts change, views change, expectations change, platforms change. The world is changing. People are changing. It's like I told my principal this one time. I said, "Sorry, this is totally not the right show for this, but it's very it's applicable here." I told her one time. I said, she's an old woman, and I said, "Listen, it's not the same time that you remember. You can't just go around doing the things that you do. It does not work. It doesn't work. Those are old ways. Those are old values. Those don't work anymore. Where you go over to a kid, and I know this is I'm not really big on the whole sensitivity thing, but kids are kids. They're still kids, right? There's a level of interaction that you have to have, which I totally get. And a lot of teachers in my building do get this, but you can't use the same formula that was going on in the 70s and 80s. What you and I have, and every other Gen Xer has, we have a different. We're built different. I know that's a very common statement that's put today, but we're built different. We were built in a different time. Even millennials get it. They just weren't built that way, but they get it. Some millennials that are closer to our age group get it, and they understand there's protocols, right? But like, you can't approach a 7 to 14-year-old kid the way we were approached. You could raise your kid that way, and that kid will stand out in the crowd of kids his age. But the way millennials are raising their kids is not going to be Gen Xers. It's going to be Gen Confusers.
Mm-hmm.
They're confused, right? They don't know what a world is. They know what their world is. That's the problem. We were able to see the whole world. Oh, Bertie says, look at, I can't see that.
Look at our president.
Oh, look at our president. That was one. I was like, that's one really big.
Fucking disgrace.
It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace. That is it. I mean, how has someone not shot him, or whatever the version of Biden is? Like, is that even the real guy? Is that even our president? I hear like there's a whole bunch of differences in the original Biden.
Yeah, there's different conspiracies about the earlobes and everything else. He actually does look a little different. I mean, I'm sure he's had plenty of, a few different surgeries. You can tell he's had hair plugs. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, his jaws are different. And I mean, that's not a conspiracy. You just put an old picture of him now, and of course he's aged, but your facial structure doesn't change a whole lot. You know what I mean?
And your earlobes can attach
your fucking earlobes attach and detached. Yeah, that's another thing.
I mean, why would you? Yeah. Is that to just pull back the skin or something? Is that what?
I guess it's for the facelift.
Oh my god!
I guess he did the Joan Rivers.
Oh my god! Joan Rivers. Funny. We're talking about conspiracy. Joan Rivers was the one. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. Called
Michelle Obama
a dude, and all of a sudden
she died.
Coincidence, right?
So many coincidences, but there's so many videos of Obama calling Michelle Michael.
Yeah, there is too.
So she's a trans.
Well, I think so, but I mean,
she was dancing.
You seen her on the Ellen DeGeneres show, right?
Yes.
She had the eggplant fucking swinging.
Yeah. Her eggplant was swinging all over the place.
Yeah, that was a piece of meat. That was no,
That was a thick Slim Jim.
Yeah, that was a brat.
That was a large dookie.
Yeah, that was a big one.
That was a 7. When I was younger, one came out and it looked like a number 7.
Well, I mean, that's strange. Were you moving around when it happened?
Oh, I don't know. So long ago. Damn, I got 10% on. I got 10% on my phone. How the fuck did that happen? Son bitch.
I got my charger on the phone.
Yeah, no, how long my charger is compared to where the phone is not gonna happen. I might get cut off. I don't know, but I'm still on YouTube. Fine.
Get an extension cord next time.
Yeah, I know, right? I should probably. I mean, you know what? Maybe I can get. Hold on one second. Let me see.
I'm gonna see YouTube up here.
I hate to leave everyone on ghost mode right now. Let's get this. Hold up.
Oh, you're fine.
All right. Hey, look at that. It reached.
Oh, you get a G.I. Joe poster on the wall.
Oh, yeah. I got that. Believe it or not, I got that. I had to have it. I'm so glad you brought that up. I want to bring up something about it. I got this at a comic store, comic and cards, and one of those stores where you can get old like baseball cards and comics and figurines and everything. And it was in this place called Industry City in Brooklyn, which basically is these old factories that they just made into like this kind of like walking mall, and it's like 5 big factories connected by little bridges. It's really cool, right? And there's like in between them, there are like things to do. Like they make like an ice skating rink in the winter. You can do pop-ups like I do at my ceviche beach. You could like bring your food. It's crazy. There's bars, restaurants. But anyway, that's long story short. So, I'm a kid. One of my favorite shows when I was growing up that I never missed every Saturday morning was G.I. Joe, right? So I bought this and it's in pristine condition. I keep it there. It's wrapped in plastic. And as I'm looking, I was like, oh man, Duke and Flint and Cobra Commander and all these what's that? Destro and Tomax and Zaymot, the twins, and all these show. Did you know I am a pitiful I'm a pitiful fan of G.I. Joe. There's a character on there that I never once saw on any episode of G.I. Joe, and somehow he made his way to this poster. I used to be the biggest fan of the two good guy and bad guy versions of the ninja. Storm Shadow was the one in white, and then there was Quick Kick. Quick Kick was the G.I. Joe guy.
Yeah, Quick Kick was like the Bruce Lee looking dude.
Yes.
But then you also had Snake Eyes.
Snake Eyes, he wasn't a ninja. He was a ninja, but he wasn't, even though him and Storm Shadow had a bunch of feuds, it was really Quick Kick. And I remember the big feud was when they were in the mountains, and they were in the snow, and they saw each other from distance, and they jumped in the air, and they went like and did this flying kick, and all you saw in the cartoon was them both landing. But you had a POV version of Quick Kick as he looks back, and Storm Shadow is standing there, and he goes, because I guess Quick Kick won the battle in the air. They just jumped in like and then they landed,
like
but Storm
the Liu Kang shit.
Yeah. But anyway, did you ever hear of a motherfucking Red Ninja? I never heard no Red Ninja. He's on this motherfucking poster, and I'm gonna show you. Check this out.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Look at this guy. Maybe you could see him. Hopefully,
is it Jinx?
No, is it? Jinx was named Jinx though. There he is, the Red Ninja. Who is that?
That's the actual name, Red Ninja.
That's his name, Red Ninja.
Oh,
because if you look, let's find him on here. There he is, Storm Shadow. Storm Shadow. And you know who doesn't get any props on here? Where the fuck is Quick Kick? He ain't even on here. They don't even put him on. But they did put Snake Eyes. That's some bullshit. That's some bullshit. They put Fire and Red Ninja. He's a Cobra guy. So they have 2 ninjas, a Red Ninja and a White Ninja. Fucking racist.
I never heard of the Red Ninja either. I thought you were talking. The only Red Ninja I know was Jinx.
Jinx
was female.
And she was a female, and she was in love with Flint.
Yeah.
No, Duke. No, it was Flint. She couldn't be in love with Duke. She couldn't be in love with Duke because he already had 2 broads, Scarlet and Lady J.
Okay. Yeah. Wow.
Oh, so
I had so many GI Joes, dude. My God.
Me too.
So
me too. I couldn't tell you where they are today.
Yeah, I neither.
CB says one of them was the Brooklyn Army Terminal, which was pretty sick. Brooklyn Army Terminal, CB, I believe. Are you confusing that with the Navy Yards? Because the Industry City. Maybe you're right. I know that it was. How do I explain this? The Brooklyn Army Terminals. If we're talking about the same one, Birdman, it is sick. I agree. It's sick. Like, if you want especially now that the weather's nicer right now, if you want a great day with your lady, because you'll be by the water too, go to Industry City. It is honestly a great date day. And sorry, Tommy, I know you're not in New York, but it really is a great date and even a night date. And you can do shopping, restaurants. Just walking around is really pleasant. You're down pretty much near you're kind of like near Dumbo, I guess. I would assume. I don't know. Maybe it's not really near Dumbo, but even Dumbo is pretty fucking awesome too. But yeah, that's a great area. Oh man, what a day! How was your day? I never even got to ask you. How was your day, Dukes? Anything good?
Oh man, I was dealing with shit. Let me tell you, when did common sense become so uncommon?
The same time frame as everyone turning everything upside down.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's uncommon sense at this point because I deal with some stupid shit, and you just go, how do you even get out of bed in the morning? How do you get out of bed and put your fucking shoes on and leave your house because you shouldn't be allowed to?
Yeah.
So it's just like, shit, I deal with it every day, but today was like, oh my God, you gotta be kidding me.
I agree.
Unbelievable shit, man.
I agree.
It's just, I don't know, it's just the way of the world. As the years go by, it just gets dumber and dumberer.
Yeah, both movies. Both movies. It's a shit. I feel like you go out into the world and you have to really brace yourself, unless you're tunnel visioning this whole world and you're just going, your mind. And a lot of people, really, believe it or not, it's about minding your business too, like you can't really involve yourself in the bullshit, honestly. Like, stay in your lane. Just do your thing, stay in your lane, don't bother with people. The more that, and I'm not trying to shun interacting with society, but pick and choose your battles, man. Right? Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm seriously concerned for people sometimes, like genuinely concerned. I have this interaction with people at work, and I would like to think that without a word being said, without one word, maybe a few in passing, but I hope that the people at my job know that when I don't want to converse with you or I don't want to talk to you, I've made it known with very few words. I will not interact. I will not interact with you. I had a guy today. I used to interact with him a lot. And he tried to talk to me today. And I shut it down quick. But I did it politely. I just shut it down quick. I was like, nope. I was like, you and I. And it was like one of those mental things. I was like, you and I don't do that. We don't do that anymore. Nope. Sorry. That's your fault, not mine. Done. That's it. I try to kill him with kindness, so as they say.
Yeah. Yeah, it's rough. Did he get the hint pretty quick, or?
I mean, he had to have, because he tried to keep the conversation alive in the very small amount of time that. So we're walking together, and he went this way, and I was just boom straight. I could have gone that way. I just didn't. Yeah.
You did the dip. He did the dip. He was out. Yeah.
Yeah, Birdman. We'll discuss that tomorrow. If you want a hint, we discussed him today, and by him I mean they. Oh man. But I do believe that this initials is incorrect, CB. And you know what? I don't mean anything by it. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to cause a fight. I'm not trying, but like, look, let's have it said. You're not going to please everyone in this world. You're not going to be friends with everyone in this world. So quit trying. Okay. If you're just a plain old good old fashioned dickhead and you don't know it by now, sorry, but you are. And if some people don't want to talk to you, that should be their prerogative, and you should only look within yourself to try and understand that if you don't. Now, if someone doesn't like me, that's fine. Look, one less person to worry about, right? But like, if you don't like me, it was for a reason of your own, right? Whether it was something that I did maybe inadvertently to you, or you did that I didn't like, right? And I'm always good on second chances. I believe in second chances, but like, just don't be. I don't know, how do you say this? Like, if you know you did something wrong, apologize. Say you're sorry. I just put up a reel that was simple. Like, you know, it's a hell of an idea, but just apologize. Some people don't want to apologize. Just say you're sorry.
Too much pride.
It's not, you know, if it's not pride, it's stupidity. Or you're just like, what did I like? Maybe. If it has to be explained to you why you were a dick or why someone doesn't like you, if it has to be explained to you, then let them explain it. But don't sit there and rebuttal something that you know is you're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. And if I'm the one saying it to you, obviously I was affected by this, and now we are not good on good terms. So Tommy, if I ever said anything to you, right, and you were like, yo, I didn't really like that, I would say, yo, my bad. I'm sorry. That, you know what? I said it, but I didn't realize that it would affect you in this way. My apologies. It'll never happen again, or I'll do my best to never happen. And look, two grown men just worked something out.
It's over then.
It's over.
Squashed immediately. Yeah.
What was it? A sincere apology? It sure fucking was. Did you receive it as a sincere apology? Absolutely. Could you tell if it was sincere? Perhaps. But you know what I mean? Like, if the person took the time to say it because they cared about your feelings on the matter, then that's the sincerity right there. Some people, they're not going to just say sorry to say sorry. If you are, you're a sociopath. You know? Don't say sorry if you don't mean it. You know?
Right.
I don't know. Crazy world. Crazy world. And this one is for all the people out there that are simply crazy. Here we go, Tommy. I'm going to finish. And as always, my good friend, what a great show. We said some things, shared our feelings. We shared ideas. We hugged it out. We hugged it out as a group. And the take on today is that Jim Morrison called it. People are strange people out there. We should start taking vitamins. Yo, Dukes, listen. I love you, man. I hope everything is a little bit better today. Take it one day at a time. I'm coming to see you this summer. I hope you know that. Me and my girl are working it out. We're gonna maybe do a very similar trip that we did last time, and instead of Nashville, we'll go to Chat. We'll go to the Noogs. All right. I'm definitely gonna come. But listen, as far as tonight, great talk. Let's do this again next Tuesday or Wednesday, and let's try to educate some of these people. All right, bud. I'll see you next time. I'll hit you up tomorrow. All right, internet. We'll talk later. See you, everyone.